The Marrakesh discussions, which took place last week, showed a really steely determination to deliver on Paris. Recognition that it's going to be difficult, hard work, but also enormously attractive, and that's one of the sources of the conviction, because if we do things in a different way, we have cities where we can move and breathe and be productive. So a commitment, a vision that the alternative way of doing things is very attractive, but at the same time a recognition of the pace and scale of change. And that is very quick, because we're going to double the world economy in 20 years. If we build the next world economy like the one we've got already, congested, dirty, highly emitting, then you can say goodbye to 2 degrees, let alone 1.5. So this next 20 years is absolutely critical. And I think there's an understanding of that, but I do worry whether the understanding of that is yet deep enough of just how fast we have to move in these next 2 decades. I think it depends which business you look at. Some businesses are moving more quickly than others. Places like Unilever, IKEA, Walmart, Tesla, of course, they're moving very quickly and very strongly, and I don't think anyone could say not fast enough as far as they're concerned. But if you look at the fossil fuel-based industries, they're moving now in a good direction, but it's slow and it's late, and some carry more conviction than others. So I've given examples of those which are surely moving fast enough and those which are probably, at least as a group, not moving fast enough. The energy efficiency is, depending on your calculations, probably 40+% of what we have to do. So it's critically important. And in principle, the rates of return to energy efficiency are very high. But we all know that the world is not perfectly efficient. People don't always do things that would cut their costs and make them more profitable. People are sometimes resistant to change. They worry about change. So I think the power of the example is very important. The more we can show that this can work and it's not so problematic as it might appear, the more we can put packages together of the technology, the actions, the finance that make it more attractive, the better. And we're learning how to do that. I used to be chief economist of the EBRD. I left there 17 years or so ago, but I've stayed in touch, and they've managed to build a big portfolio in energy efficiency. So there are places now that are helping, learning to overcome. But you've got to get hold of the problem of people who say, well, yeah, I would put the insulation in my loft, but if you go up there and I can't face moving all that stuff around, and you've got to find ways of making it much easier and straightforward for people, because there are real projects out there which are really profitable, which people don't take because of the hassle or the uncertainty or maybe the fear of the unknown. So powerful examples and good packages, I think, are going to be extremely important there. I think that's of critical importance. I think particularly of the UK at the moment when we think of industrial strategy, because we've just created a new department which is Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy, and we have at the head of that the Secretary of State, Greg Clark, who does really understand climate change and has been committed in this area for a long time, and sees this as an opportunity to integrate sustainability, climate into the growth story, which is exactly where it lies and should be. So what to do? Infrastructure, clearly very important. Modern, clean, smart infrastructure. And let's hope that Donald Trump, in his big emphasis on infrastructure, goes for modern, clean and smart. I mean, the alternative is outdated, dirty and not so smart, so why would you go there? So infrastructure's surely very important. Innovation is, in a broad sense of innovation, not just technologies, but different ways of doing things. I think, for example, innovation in the way we run our cities, critical importance. We can have cities which are not congested and not filthy and polluted. We can, but it involves organising them in different ways. Some of that will be technology, but some of it will be management and incentive structures and skills. We celebrate our electricians and our plumbers and so on. I think we can think of skills in the broader and deeper sense of understanding of, familiarity with, ability to implement sustainable technologies.